Hey, how y'all doing, and welcome to my kitchen. We're going to do an updated video on my bob, and the first video I did was very poor lighting. It just really wasn't a good video, so we're going to try it in a different location, and I'm going to show you the updates to my bob. So here we go. Okay, first thing we're going to start with is my first aid kit. This is the newest addition to my bob. I've been slowly assembling this, and I finally pretty much got it to where I like it. First thing you need to keep in mind when you're doing a first aid kit is if you have special needs, such as you're diabetic or you have seizures or things like that, you need to make sure you have your medication in your first aid kit. This is a pretty extensive first aid kit. Most people have just simply things like this, which is a great first aid kit. It's very general and you can fix a lot of problems with that. Mine's just a little bit bigger. I've been through combat medic training, so I have a little bit better working knowledge of the medical field, such as I have a surgical kit and it has sutures and things like that in it. I know what to do with that. If you don't know how to suture somebody, I don't suggest you get to poking them. You might piss them off. Other things I keep in here are like this is iodine, alcohol, peroxide. These little jars are my own little concoction. I call it the cure-all. It's just a couple different things mixed together. I keep a Coleman fuel source so I can heat things up, such as boil water if I need it, whatever. I keep tape. This is my little first aid kit that I keep right on top of the bag. It's got like band-aids and stuff in it, just things that I can get quick access to if I need them. Gauze, different size, finger splints, and these are the bendable, so which means I can actually straighten them out and use them on a wrist if I have to, or an ankle or anything like that. I keep a light in case I'm working in the dark. This is Lidoderm. This is actually a numbing medicine for like the suture kit. Different forms of stuff. Ibuprofen, Tums. I suffer from acid reflux disease, and if all hell breaks loose, I'm not going to have access to Zantac, so I keep a lot of Tums. Caffeine pills, eye drops. I keep stuff for burns, things like that. Inside here, some more stuff. Cortisone cream, chem lights, emergency blanket, ice pack, just different stuff that you can think that you might want to have in there. So bite kit, chapstick, allergy medicine, things like that. So, and that is my first aid kit. Like I said, to each their own on a first aid kit, whatever you feel you need. A lot of people just, you can pick this up at Walmart or something like that. It's a damn good little first aid kit. I think it runs about like 15 or 20 bucks. It can pretty much take care of anything minor. So it all depends on what you want. And this bag is actually designed to connect to my bob by these little snaps right there. So when it's actually connected, it connects right here and it sits right here. So, and that is my first aid kit. Okay. And then we're going to step over here to my bob. Then we're going to break in and see what all I got in here once I get a drag of my cigarette. That's the only thing I'll probably have to end up doing without, and I'll not be a happy camper, is my damn nicotine. Because I keep caffeine in here. Okay, here we go. First pouch. I'm not going to really pull all this stuff out. Just save me time, put it back in. But I got some hand sanitizer in here. A lot of people don't actually understand the purpose. A lot of the purposes you can use with hand sanitizer. It's alcohol. You can use it to sterilize stuff. When we were in Iraq, we didn't have really access to a whole lot of medication because we just got into Iraq. We didn't have a lot of supplies, and all of us got crotch rot because we were in the desert. It's 140 degrees. We're sweating. This is how we controlled it. We kept putting hand sanitizer in our crotch, and yeah, it hurt, but it kept it under control. It's also great for like athlete's foot, things like that. I keep more eye drops in here, and I also keep super glue. And super glue has 1,001 uses. From everything from fixing stuff to a liquid stitch. So, and further in here I keep scissors, I keep fingernail clippers, tweezers, a sewing kit, coffee. Like I said, I keep my caffeine. So that's in that one. Like I said, I'm not going to really pull that out because I just have to put it back later. Okay, here we go. Then we're going to open up the first large bag. Now in here I keep some deodorant, I keep my little toothbrush things, I keep some toothpicks in here and stuff like that. I have insect repellent. When you're going for insect repellent, don't go cheap. Don't go buy that Skin So Soft crap. It ain't gonna do you any good. You're just gonna get your ass ate up. So make sure you have some good stuff. Okay? I keep a knife sharpener. Inside here, I'm not gonna pull them out, but these are baby wipes. I got 2 packages of them in here. Those are basically just to help keep yourself clean a little bit. So further in here, I have some knick-knack little tools, a screwdriver, both Phillips and straight, and it's got a whole bunch of different little ends to it. Pair of needle nose. I keep a little pry bar, regular pliers, and side cuts. I have some pencils, pens, a Sharpie, 550 cord, and then in here I keep my clerical type stuff. And people might want to wonder what the hell I got clerical in here for. Well, the first thing you're going to see is a survival guide. Alright, this is the FM 2176 Department of the Army Field Manual. And it is nothing more than a survival guide. Everything in here, from building fires, catching food, building shelter, you name it, it is in here. Okay? A lot of people spend a lot of money on a whole bunch of different survival crap. I'm here to tell you, go spend 10 bucks and buy one of these. It's all you ever need is right here. Okay? And then I also keep in here an atlas. Okay? And one of the biggest problems I see nowadays are what I call them bitch boxes. It's these electronic navigation things people have in their cars. Most people don't even know how to read a map anymore. If you don't know how to read a map, I suggest you learn it. So if all hell breaks loose and like you're in The Walking Dead and you have to reach Atlanta and you're in Tennessee, how the hell do you know how to get there? Well, I got a damn map. So, and I keep some papers, some pens, you know, just take notes or whatnot. And that's what all that is. So, moving on. I keep some generic straps in here. I mean, that's all it is, just generic straps. Can be used for everything. If I have a strap break on my bob, I can fix it. If I'm carrying my rifle, my sling breaks, I can replace it. So, it's basically what that's for. I can put this around a whole bunch of firewood if I need to carry firewood, make it easier on myself. Rubber bands, general use, and I keep a couple emergency candles. These are a couple ponchos, and that's pretty much everything I keep in this front pouch. Okay, I'm gonna open this up. Alright, I keep 3 MREs. Now they tell you to keep a minimum of 3 days worth of food in your bob. And the reason why I go with MREs, you can go to Walmart and you can buy that mountain crap that's dehydrated and you got to boil water and then you got to put the water in there and blah 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 blah. It's a whole bunch of freaking nonsense and all you have is nothing more but food. I go with MREs because I don't have to boil a damn thing. The food's already in there, it's already ready to eat, and the cool thing about it is it even has a heater in there, and I don't even have to boil water. It also has more things than just food. This thing's got toilet paper in it, gum, matches, all kinds of stuff in it. So that's why I keep MREs. They're more expensive, but to me they're well worth the money. I keep an 8x10 tarp. This is my shelter. A lot of people decide to go with the emergency tents. That's fine if that's what you want. I know how to do a shelter out of a tarp. A tarp's a little bit more heavier duty than a cheap ass emergency tent. These right here are more for winter time, but what these are thermals. So if I get caught and I'm cold, I actually have a set of thermals in my bob. I'm gonna set these aside because that goes with other parts. I keep a rope, I keep a machete, a hatchet, thermal blanket. This is another multi-tool. The reason why I keep it in here instead with the rest because it's just too damn big. It's a hammer, pliers, claw, blade, you name it. It's basically what they call a fencing tool. And then opening up in here, I have zip ties and I also have tent stakes. Self-explanatory there. Twine. Bungee cords. And I'll make this easy. Duct tape. Electrical tape. And a lot of people ask me, what the hell do you got electrical tape for? Electrical tape is kind of like duct tape. It can be used for so many things. If you run out of medical tape, you can use electrical tape. In the military, we put electrical tape over everything. String, to keep the strings out of the way, you name it. Electrical tape's good for it. I keep some dish towels, rags in here. Some basic wire. Now this is not speaker wire. This is actually real freaking wire. Okay, I can use this to make animal snares or repair something electrical if I have to. That's what I keep that in there for. And in this bag, I'm not going to open it, but basically what I keep in here is a set of socks, a sock cap if I need it, some other things that I just want to keep dry, so it's in this little waterproof bag. And these are some large Ziploc bags, and what they're for, which I just don't have in here, is some clothes, a change of clothes, but I just don't have them in here right now. Alright, flipping over here, I have my actual survival knife. And I have my cooking knives. Okay, and it's just, I mean, this is exactly what this is. If I catch a catfish, I can whop its head off. I can fillet it, so it's got a fillet knife and all kinds of stuff. So, that's what that's for. I also have an animal snare. Okay. Over here, now a lot of people, when they put together things to get them food, I kind of get a kick out of people's idea of fishing equipment, and basically what they do is they just keep about 8 feet of freaking line, one hook, and say, okay, I can go fish. I want you to do that in the wintertime. So what I do is I actually have a whole lot of string here. I actually have, and you can get these at Walmart, these are already pre-put together bait systems, and this is catfish. It's got 3 or 4 multiple baits. It's got multiple hooks, different hooks. It's got a stringer. It's got sinkers. It's got everything you need to go fishing in here. Okay. Like I said, in the winter time, if all you have is a hook, I want you to go find a worm. Good luck with that. So I also keep some spare sinkers and hooks in here. I also have a collapsible fishing rod. Alright, everybody says, well, I'll just find a cane pole. I have never once seen a cane pole just growing out in the wild. Maybe I just don't live in the right area. I also keep a reel. So that's in there. One of the things that's attached is a little canteen, and this has a built-in water filter system inside. Okay, so I don't have to worry about filtering water. I've actually got built-in right here, and on the outside patch here I also have my water purification tabs. Okay, I keep an e-tool with me, and this is military grade e-tool. Don't go cheap when you buy stuff like this. Go with solid military stuff. Okay, I've seen those dollar store $5 junks. The first time you put it in the ground, it's gonna break. Okay, these are heavy duty. These are designed to chop wood and not break. So And then inside here, I keep a little, if I can unzip it far enough, a little pan system. And you open this up, and most people see these like Boy Scouts have. This one's a little bit heavier duty. I can boil water. Got a plate. It's even got a cup. So, and then I keep like salt and pepper and stuff in there, just for my own little taste. So, then we will come over here and slide this down here a little bit to the top here. In this top one here, I keep some chem lights, some extra batteries, some flashlights. I got a headlamp in there. Every flashlight I have in my bag runs on AAA's. Everything that I have, including systems that are mounted on my weapon systems, if I can help it, they're AAA. Okay. I also keep some extra lighting in this top pouch that's very accessible right here, and they're all AAA. In this pouch, if I can open it, kind of hard to do this with one hand. This is my fire starting kit, and this is to me the most important. I keep some steel wool. If you don't understand why I would have steel wool in a fire kit, take you some steel wool. As you see, I've already used it once. Tear you off some steel wool, and this isn't SOS pads, this is just regular steel wool. Put a light to it and you'll understand why I have steel wool. I have a magnesium flint starter. These are basically just big ass matches. You strike them, they're on a big piece of wood, and they sit there and they burn. Like I said, I have multiple ways to start a fire. These, I love these. These are basically Vaseline cotton ball systems. If you don't know how to make them, you can just look it up online and they'll explain to you what they are and how they work. Waterproof matches. I keep some Bic lighters for easy stuff, but remember with Bic lighters, if you're dead of winter, these don't like to work, so you end up having to put them in your pants, try to warm them up. This is another form of fire starter. What that is a shredded wood, and that's a magnifying glass on top. I can open this up and then use magnifying glass, spread the wood out, use magnifying glass to basically like you're roasting ants, except for you're starting a fire. And then in this pouch right here, I have a wool blanket. So, that's it. That is my Bob. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, ask me. Thank you.